It is Sunday, October 18th, the year of COVID. I am in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park in the Smokemont area, which is on the North Carolina side of the park. I'm headed out on a 5-day, 4-night backpacking trip. I'm currently on the Bradley Fork Trail, heading to the Chastine Creek Trail. So I made it to the intersection with the Chastine Creek Trail. I'm going to be going up this way, past the Hughes Ridge Trail, which is 4.1 miles. And then on Thursday I should be coming down this way from that Cabin Flats Trail area. So I made it to the intersection with the Hughes Ridge Trail. I'm going to be taking the Inlow Creek Trail to campsite 47. Probably got about 2 miles left, something like that. So this sign says 2.6 miles to campsite 47. Down that way. See a little color. Came down that way. I had to take my shoes off to ford the creek. There's a log there, but it's super slick. I didn't want to try to rock hop onto it. Monday morning, about 7:30. This is the view from my campsite. Here's a look around campsite 47. I think the name is Inlow Creek. Got my hammock hung in between these two trees right here. That was the view from my camping spot. It's Monday, October 19th, about 9 a.m. I left camp about 8:30 this morning. Had a uphill climb to this intersection right here, and I'm heading ultimately for the day to Laurel Gap. So I'm headed toward Beach Gap Trail. So probably about a little under an hour. It's a little bit of a view through the trees, looking east. That's why the sun's so bright. So I made it to the intersection with the Beach Gap Trail. I'm going to be going that way. I'm at around 4,900 feet, and I think it's going to drop about 1,500 feet down toward the road. Then I'm going to have to climb back up to Laurel Gap. So I made it down to the road. Got to go down here and pick up the trail. So I just came down from the Hyatt Ridge Trail. According to that sign right there, you can see it says Benton Mackay Trail this way. That's sort of what I'm following right now, so the trailhead must be over here. So I came out on the other side of that bridge down there, and you have to walk about a quarter mile. I think the trailhead's where those cars are right there. So here's the trail sign where the Beach Gap Trail picks back up. I'm heading almost all the way to the Mount Sterling Ridge Trail today. First stop, Boston Mountain Trail. It's growing right out of the rock. So I made it to the intersection with the Boston Mountain Trail. I think that was about a 2,000-foot climb. 2.5 miles. It took me about 3 hours with lunch and everything. So I have about 2 miles to camp, a little less, I think. Made it to the shelter. So I made it to the first intersection out of camp. I'm heading to the Appalachian Trail, which is 5.8 miles. It is Tuesday, October 20th, about 7:45 in the morning. I just left Laurel Gap Shelter, and I'm heading right now toward the Appalachian Trail and the Tri-Corner Knob Shelter. And that's about 5.8 miles from here. So I made it to the intersection of the Gunter Fork Trail. I've been down that trail before. There's a lot of stream crossings. There's a sign there warning about the stream crossings. And so I am heading to the Appalachian Trail, so about 5 miles. Kind of getting a view through the trees. I think there might be an open spot up here if I remember right. I've been on this trail before, coming in the opposite direction. A pretty good view. I think that might be Mount Cameron Fire Tower way off in the distance. I'm not sure. So I made it to the AT. I'm heading toward Tri-Corner Knob Shelter and a Hughes Ridge Trail. It's down this way. I stopped at Tri-Corner Knob to get some water and use the bathroom and eat lunch. Probably sit here for about an hour. I've got about 6 miles left to the shelter I'm staying at tonight, which is Peck's Corner. It's a little bit of a view. I think this is called Eagle Rocks. A little bit clearer view. Today is Wednesday, October 21st. It's my 4th day out here. I am currently heading back to my car. I got about 9 miles to get there downhill. I was supposed to stay another night out here, but up on the AT it's really crowded, and I had to go like another 6 miles closer to civilization, so it's going to get even more crowded. And so I didn't want to be up there with all those people and COVID and stuff. So I dropped down here and I can get to my car this way. So I made it to the intersection with the Bradley Fork Trail. Ultimately, I'm going to the Smokemont Campground, which is, according to this sign, 7.4. But I noticed the mileage is off on these signs a little bit relative to the map. And so I was on the Hughes Ridge Trail, which goes that way. You can stay on that trail too, but it's about a mile longer. So I'm going to go down this way. So my original plan was to stay at the campsite 49 up that way. And I was going to walk over to the AT and then come down that 3 miles there, whatever the difference is. But instead I'm going to Smokemont Campground, which is where my car is. I have 4 more miles. So 1.7 to the campground. So 0.2 back to the car.